Good morning, it's Monday. I'm basically just working on some of the kind of fiddly tasks of my thesis, things that are like they need doing but they take a bit of time, things that I've kind of put off. So one of those things is I already anonymized all my images, but my supervisor wants me to like re-anonymize them. He thinks I made them too anonymous. So I covered like everyone's heads, like the whole head. And he said I don't actually need to do that. I just need to do their face so that we can still see like their gaze direction and stuff like that. So now I have to go back through and re-anonymize everything, which is a bit of a pain because I obviously spent like a day doing that before. But whatever, it's one of those things. I sent my discussions draft to my supervisors. Basically, they had, when they looked at my whole thesis, they had said like, we really like it, but your discussions maybe could be like adjusted a bit. One of my supervisors suggested like a different way of talking about things that kind of elevated it a bit more, took it out to that more abstract level. So I did some work on that, sent it back to them. One of them has replied and he's really happy with it now. He's just given me 3 comments on it, which is really straightforward. So I'm going to try and action those today. My other supervisor hasn't replied yet, but I'm hoping that she is also fairly happy with it. She was the one who had most to say about it in the first place, so I'm hoping that she's pleased. But yeah, that's my day. I'm working from home. I've got my coffee. I'm also going to attempt to make a cheesecake later. I've never made a cheesecake, but it's my boyfriend's favourite, so I want to make a New York style cheesecake. So I thought it would be nice to just maybe make him his favourite dessert, if it works. So we'll see, fingers crossed. I'm hoping that this week is going to be fairly chill. I haven't got too much on. I'm performing on Thursday, so instead of rehearsal, like kind of small group of 4 of us are going to perform at a science festival because one of the people in the group did a PhD in plant biology, and one of the things that she did was choreograph a piece for a competition called Dance Your Thesis or Dance Your PhD. I think it's Dance Your PhD. She did really well. She was a finalist, and I was in it. And that piece is being like taken to science festivals and things like that. So we're performing at a science festival on Thursday. So I'm doing some like revision of that like in the background as well, because I'm quite worried about forgetting it because we haven't done it for a while and we've changed a couple of bits. But yeah, that's kind of my biggest thing this week. I'm also coming down with a bit of a cold, which is not fantastic. I'm sure I've caught it from one of the kids that I teach. So I'm really hoping that that's not too bad, but I can feel it, you know, when you feel it like start coming. So it's Monday today, all weekend I was feeling like a little bit rough, like that kind of day before you get ill when you can feel that like something's kind of brewing, but it's not there yet. That's kind of where I'm at the moment, which is partly why I'm working from home. I don't usually on a Monday, I usually go in. But yeah, that's what I'm currently doing. So as well as the cheesecake, I actually thought I might try and make some biscotti to take into the office. And I kind of put it out, you're meant to put it in like 2 kind of thin logs, and my dough was a bit wetter than I would have liked it. I wasn't like totally pleased with it, but I thought I'll just go with it anyway because I just wanted to like get it done. And they've kind of expanded massively, which is a bit worrying. I'll show you. So like this one's not too bad, I can slice that, but this one's so massive. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I'll also show you my cheesecake in a minute as well. I have a bad feeling about this. Why is my camera like this? It looks all like dusty. Hello, it's Tuesday. Yeah, I just got back from the office. Um, yeah, I arrived on a bit of a downer because I was coming through the door, I got a job rejection, which is not fun. Yeah, these job applications are starting to get exhausting, and not really coming to much fruition, but that's just the truth of the job market at the moment. I also have some decisions to make about like staying in academia versus not. So that's another thing that's kind of on my mind at the moment. But on the plus side, my PhD is going well. My thesis is looking pretty decent. My supervisors sent back their discussions edits. I might have already said this yesterday. They sent back their discussions edits. They were good. I've been working on them today. I don't think I've got too far to go before I can send them another full kind of draft. So that should be good. I just have some like little bits that need doing now. I've got like, I would say about 30 things to do on my to-do list before I send it back. And not all of them are that big either, so should be pretty decent. I'd say I've got like 10 big things that are going to take like a couple of hours, and then the rest are minor things. So yeah, hopefully that can all get done pretty quickly. I'd like to send, it's Tuesday today, I'd like to have something sent to my supervisors by either Friday or Monday, just depending. So yeah, that's the plan at the moment. And then that gives me about kind of 3 weeks after that to play with. Yeah, hopefully all goes to plan, that would be good.
As expected, he's off like an absolute shot.
Good morning, it's Wednesday the 5th of February. I'm just eating breakfast. I'm working from home today. I have ballet later. So yeah, I'm just cracking on. I've got a list of like things to do, and I'm just working my way through it. It's not too bad. Some of them are bigger than others. I also need to, I've realised that in one of my appendices that I'm going to keep, I didn't know if I was going to keep it, I need to adjust all the images, anonymise them and label them now as well. So I need to do that. And I'm going to just try and get a lot of little things done. I also need to like kind of have responses ready for the things that I'm not going to do that my supervisor suggested. So things that I think maybe don't fit with the research or don't quite work with the flow of the text. I need to like have a rationale for why that is. So I need to work that out as well. So that's my day. Hi, it's still Wednesday. I'm actually not feeling fantastic, so I've migrated to the sofa with a blanket. I'm gonna watch some TV for a bit. It's like 2:30, I think, 1:30. I have to leave for dance at 4:30 if I'm feeling up to it. But apparently our results have come in from the exams that we took. So even if I don't dance today, I'm still going to go and get my results and then come back. So I'll see how I'm feeling. Honestly, I'm just like run down and tired. The thesis is starting to just really get to me, I think. I'm submitting in like 22 days, I think it is now. So the chase is on kind of thing. But yeah, I'm just going to take a bit of a break and hopefully that'll kind of restore me a bit. We'll see. Good morning, it's Thursday the 6th of February. I don't think I vlogged last night because I was not feeling great, but I did go and pick up my exam results which came in and I got a merit, so I'm really pleased with that. That took absolutely ages to come in. Yeah, I was convinced that I'd failed. I just didn't feel like it was the best exam I could have done, but I mean, clearly it was okay. I got my mark breakdown as well. So you get also, as well as the certificate, you get like a breakdown sheet, and it's got like all the different marks that you get for each section of the exam. So in this exam, Advanced 1, you have to get at least 4 in everything to pass the whole exam. It's got quite a high failure rate. And my lowest mark is a 5 and my highest is a 7. So I'm really pleased with that. Like that's, for me, that was a really good exam. Like I'm pleased. So yeah, I'm riding high. I feel like I can properly get into my Advanced 2 syllabus and like properly devote myself to that. I think I was still holding like some space in my head in case I needed to go back and redo it, which would have been fine. Like a lot of people do redo that exam different days. You know, you might perform differently, or you might just have like be coming off an injury, or you might be ill or whatever, you know. So people do redo that exam quite often, and I know people who have done that and then they've like done really well the second time and got merits and distinctions. So it does happen. But anyway, today's Thursday, so I'm working from home today. Usually I would have gone into the office, but I'm performing this evening with a friend of mine from the company I dance with. A few friends of mine, actually, not just one. But yeah, I'm going to work from home, and then I'm going to leave here about 3:30, I think, to try and get there, South Kensington, at 4:30. Then we're going to rehearse until 5:30. Then we have this great big long wait. So it's a festival. We're closing the festival, so we have to like rehearse early when no one's there, and then kind of just stay warm until 8:30. Then we are performing 8:30 till 9. Then we get to leave. So it should be a pretty chill day. I'm looking forward to it. Apparently the event's sold out, which is over 2,000 tickets. So it should be a packed audience. I'm really keen. I'm super excited because it's every dancer and dance teacher's favourite time of year. It's the Prix de Lausanne, which is a ballet competition in Lausanne. And it's basically like the top dancers who are like sort of pre-professional. They're about to go off into their careers and they compete. And it's really amazing to watch because on YouTube, they sort of like stream the whole thing. So not only do they have to perform their pieces and their solos, they also have to take classes, and their classes are judged. And they stream all of those classes with commentary and they put them up on YouTube. So it's sort of like my version of the Super Bowl. It's really amazing to watch, and I'm going to catch up on it now while I do some baking because I finished all of my morning tasks. So I'm feeling pretty good. The other thing that I'm doing today on the PhD side of things is I'm going through all of my discussion sections in my chapters and just making sure that they're all saying the same thing as my discussions chapter, and that they're like not repetitive, and that things kind of make sense and that they're progressing into the next chapter. Some of the comments that my supervisors had were basically just that like occasionally they were a little bit repetitive, so I could streamline them a bit. I can't even speak today. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how things are going. My supervisors are pretty pleased as well, I think. I'm on track to submit in 21 days now, and I had a meeting with one of my supervisors last week, and he'd said, you know, work on your discussions chapter, send me back your edits, and then maybe we can meet after that to discuss. So I sent them back to him, he sent back his comments, and then I emailed yesterday him and my other supervisor just saying, you know, do you still want to meet? Do we need to organise a meeting at some point? And both of them said, if you want to meet, then sure, but we're pretty confident that you're fine, and that you don't need us at this point, and that you're pretty much just like happy to plod along until you submit. I kind of said to them, okay, I'll give you my full draft once more, and I'm aiming to do that by sort of the middle of next week. So it's Thursday today. I'd like to have my full thesis back to them by Wednesday next week, so that they can hopefully just kind of scan the new bits. I'm not expecting them to read the whole thing again, obviously. Then they can send it back to me, and then I'm hoping that I'll just then have like a week or so to make a couple of like small edits and then send it off. That's the idea, which is quite scary now that I say it out loud. But they're pretty confident that like it's in a good place to submit. I think they think it's submittable now. I'm kind of just tweaking. I've been ahead of my own proposed timeline, which I hadn't realised until my boyfriend pointed out, which is quite a good feeling. I've had like an extra round of edits. So I thought like 2 rounds of edits ago that would be the last one and that I'd just be working on that and sending in whatever I did. I've actually managed to get things done more quickly than I thought. Send them back to my supervisors, get it back, implement edits and send it back again like a couple of times. So I feel quite good about that because I feel like things are less kind of up to me. Like I feel like things have been verified by my supervisors. Like they've seen things enough times now to be like, okay, yeah, if something was like a glaring issue, it would have been pointed out by now, I hope. You say that, but you hear like horror stories about people whose supervisors have missed like massive things, or your examiners might just not like the way you've done something. So there's always that possibility. But for now, I'm going to plod on with my discussion sections in my chapters and just make sure everything lines up.
Or opposing forces.
So I am basically ready to leave. I've done my makeup. I'm not going to do my hair. I'm going to do it when we get there. Actually, more accurately, Esther, who's another one of the girls who's dancing, is going to do it because we have to have a French plait, and I can't do a French plait on myself. But it's about 3 now, I think. Yeah, it's 2 minutes to 3. So I'm going to leave at sort of 3:15 maybe. We'll see. And yeah, hopefully should be good.
These moments as we continue to move fast.
Hello, it's Friday and I'm in the office. I'm going to move this. It's in the way. Oh, and that now. There we go. It's Friday the 7th of February. I have 20 days until I submit on the 27th. I'm in the office. I'm not usually in the office on a Friday, but last night I performed, so I worked from home yesterday. The performance went really well. I don't have any video clips, but I'm sure I posted lots of photos by now. So I'm going to today, I've got my thesis to-do list. All the things that are sort of pink or blue, I've crossed off and done. So I haven't got that much left, actually. I'm in a pretty good position, so I'm going to go through and hopefully finish all of those today. I also have some tabs. I've still been working with this like printing and tab system. So I haven't got many. There's maybe like 6 tabs. So I'm going to go through and do those, implement any changes that I've missed. Then I'm going to hopefully today start a full read through again so that I can try and make sure that everything's like as good as it possibly can be before I send it to my supervisors. So the idea is finish everything today, read over it over the weekend and Monday, format it, things like that, and hopefully send it to my supervisors by Tuesday or Wednesday and sort of say, you know, I think this is done. And then that gives me a couple of weeks to then have them sort of tell me what they want me to change now. Hopefully they won't come up with too much like new stuff that's just come out of nowhere. There's a couple of points where I've kind of ignored what they've said because it's like either it detracts too much from what the flow of the chapter is, or like I'm not sure that it totally adds anything. There's a couple of points where I've made decisions myself about that, so I'm sure they'll have some things to say, but we're pretty close now. It doesn't really matter at this point. Like, I think it's submittable. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. There's just these things to do, and then I'll see where I'm at later, I guess. Yeah, feels really strange. Hi, it's still Friday. It's now 8 p.m. I'm at home, obviously. I'm just going through my bibliography and checking it, which is the most sort of slow going, boring task. But it feels quite nice to be doing it because I remember thinking like ages ago when I first put like my full draft together, like I can't wait for the day that I'm just tweaking and checking my bibliography and like doing formatting. So it feels really good to be doing this. I'm trying to remember that as I'm in the K's at the moment. It's going to take a while. I've been doing this for probably an hour all in, just checking everything is absolutely perfect. I don't use like a reference manager or anything, I just do it by hand. So yeah, just going through it all again and making sure everything's okay. But yeah, it should be quite a nice evening. I'm going to watch some TV. I'm going to do this. Yeah, tomorrow I'm teaching, so get an early night and then up again early to go and teach. Hi, it's Saturday morning. It's about 6:30. Yes, 6:32. I'm just getting ready for work. I'm basically ready. I'm going to leave in about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to head to work. I'm teaching from 8:30 till 1. And then I'm going to come home, have a bit of a rest, and then I'm going to try and get the bulk of my PhD thesis ready to send to my supervisors. I kind of had initially thought, and I might have already said like earlier in this vlog, that I was going to read through it for a few days and then send it. I actually think I'm not going to do that because I'm worried that I won't be giving my supervisors enough time to read it, give it back to me and give me feedback. So what I'm going to do is read over like the sections that I've heavily edited, just for like, just to check, then send it to my supervisors and say, you know, here's what I think is basically the finished draft. I'm still going to be doing like little tweaks and typos and things like that, but here's like the bulk of it. And then I'm going to be reading it whilst they're reading it to try and maximize on that time. And then anything that they also pick up on that I've picked up on is fine, like it's just a double up. But yeah, I just think it'll give them more time with it now, and it'll give me more time with it when they give it back to me. So that's the plan, because I now have 19 days until I submit, which is very scary. I'm home. It's, what time is it? It's like 3:30 on a Saturday. I finished work, went to the shops. I'm gonna have pizza for dinner with my boyfriend, so I guess I'm gonna bring this vlog to a close. I'm gonna maybe like look at my thesis in a minute, if I can bring myself to do it. Definitely I will do it at some point this evening. But yeah, it's been a pretty nice week actually, so I'm gonna bring this to a close now. Thank you for watching if you're still here. And yeah, see you in the next one.